to nothing more than survival. Although the planets wandered among the stars and the moon waxed and waned, the identical naked barrenness of existence was exposed to me day in and day out. I do not think I could write a narrative that would quite capture the unrelenting ennui of homelessness, but if I were to write it, no one could bear to read it. I spare myself as much as the listener in not attempting to recall so many empty hours. Every life has trivial occurrences, pointless episodes, and unresolved mysteries, but a homeless life has these and virtually nothing else. I have found it best in some parts to abandon a strictly chronological account and to treat in essay form experiences that relate to a single subject, although they occurred in disparate times and places. I have changed the names of people and of institutions throughout this account. I know my perspective did not often reveal the best side of people. When it did, I think I best returned the favor by respecting the privacy of those who helped me. At any rate, I thought to name some and not name others would imply a criticism of those not named that, in some cases, I did not intend. Any homeless life entails certain dangers and discomforts. I have tried not to make too much of these, for I suppose people who have always lived in comfort will imagine the worst. In fact, my homelessness involved far more mundane annoyances and petty irritations than terrors and pains. Sometimes I escaped into daydreams a la Walter Mitty. I amused myself at night by studying the stars, and by day I read cast-off astronomy, paleontology, and philosophy books. No one will ever know if I became senile. Since childhood I have had the tendency to be absent-minded, abstracted, and off in another world. Thus, I not so much became accustomed to minor physical discomforts as I often failed to notice them. Perhaps this was not all to the good, for had I been less abstracted, I might have been driven to measures that would have altered my situation in one way or another. I must say something of Lizbeth. She seemed not to suffer much, so long as we had a bedroll for her to lie upon. She liked softness and warm places. She seemed to be compensated for all the discomforts of our new life by being constantly near me. Although as a puppy she had shown an aptitude for amusing herself, she loves human attention, and like Browning's Duchess, she is pleased indiscriminately whensoever it comes. In this she frustrates herself because she seeks attention by barking in a way that people who know little of dogs interpret as threatening. In the ultimate, she prefers to sleep at her master's feet, but being constantly at leash length from anyone would please her. With few exceptions, this was a great adventure for her. For my part, I must admit, the romantic and timeless aspects of a man and a dog seeking their sustenance together, relying on each other's special abilities for survival, and accompanied by the ghosts of all such pairs that have hunted together since man and wolf were first allied, that was not lost on me. I often write or say we, meaning Lizbeth and I. Some people find this peculiar, but I fail to see why. I do not say we planned, we hoped, or we thought, because I do not think that way. I do say we walked, we camped, and we slept. I do not anthropomorphize Lizbeth in my mind or in my words. While it is perfectly evident to me when Lizbeth is happy, bored, tired, or thirsty, I do not write clever things she is supposed to have thought. I do talk to her and say to her some things I think are witty, but I certainly do not suppose that she apprehends anything more than I am paying attention to her and whatever she may gather from my tone of voice. My point is that the relationship between me and Lizbeth is that of man and dog, that I have made some sacrifices to avoid abandoning her or having her put to death in her youth seems to me entirely within the proper scheme of the relationship of man and dog, my proper performance under an ancient interspecies contract. Lizbeth had her disadvantages. I could not go some places with her. Usually I had no safe place to leave her. Individuals and institutions who might have helped me alone